Hello ladies and gents, welcome to Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova version 1.9. This game just recently got an update with a whole bunch of new features added, which I'm very excited to explore with you. Those features, most notably, are a new civilization called the Korath Clan. We've got the modding workshop added, so you can now browse, download, and manage custom created content from the community. That's great. We've got the Galactopedia, which is an in-game encyclopedia of concepts and terms. I'm very, very happy that they've added that. Hopefully it's comprehensive. This is going to allow people to learn the game much more effectively and discover some of the more deeper concepts within the game. Now they've got new missions, curated challenges on a custom galaxy and wind conditions. We'll see what that means. There's a sector bonus if you now control an entire sector. There's consequence events where your choices early on have effects much later on. That's pretty exciting. Hopefully we'll get to discover some of those. Culture trait update added powerful new capstone traits to set your civilization on the path to victory. That's pretty damn cool. Civilization focused content, unique tech, planetary improvements, and other content based on civilization abilities, biology, and culture. So that means that each civilization in the game has extra bonuses that are unique to those factions, kind of setting their gameplay style apart from others, and that is very exciting. Major quality of life improvements, including auto asteroid mining, monthly summary screens, minimizing event windows, etc. Big AI update, improved decision making, reduced nagging, and much more. Improved galaxy generation, crash fixes, bug fixes, and much more. So let's dive in and check out what's new. Alrighty, so they have actually added a feature that I'm happy for, the random civilization, where you get to just play a random civilization. That wasn't in the patch notes, but I'm glad that they've added it because that was something that I wanted. I believe these are the new guys, the Korath Clan. Exterminators. Transport ships are replaced with planet-killing spore ships. Oh, that's pretty damn cool. Genocide, massive advantage in conquering planets due to not caring in the least about collateral damage. Can convert other species unfortunate enough to end up on their planet into living neural network batteries. Huh. They start off with a flagship, a siege fleet, begin with fighters and a siege ship. Obviously, totalitarianism. And they're carbon-based. If you thought the Drengen were disagreeable, the Korath are even worse. Though they have incredible resolve and diligence, their social skills are lacking, and they dislike sharing a world with any other species. I think we're going to jump into a game with these guys. These guys sound really fun and genocidal. Let's say yes. Quite interested in checking these out. Their ships look pretty damn cool. Alright, so they're extremely militant. We got a lot of starting control to work with. They're brutal, so soldiers are more effective when invading planets. Intimidating modifies your chances to use intimidation in events and diplomacy. We got a plus 25 to that. We're less than persuasive, and we're extremely unlikable. All seems fine. We got a volcanic world to start off with. Let's jump into it. We will be going with a tiny galaxy size. We will go with a binary number of sectors. Hopefully we can take over a full sector and see what that bonus is like. We're going to play on bright instead of like the normal difficulty. Let's go up to bright. We'll leave everything else as default. Jump in next. And we're going to go with 7 out of 7 random players. Let's jump into it. Korath Clan. Within the Drengen Empire, the Korath Clan was always the loudest voice calling for the annihilation of all non-Drengen. Only with the arrival of the pan-dimensional Dreadlords, the Korath could pursue this goal on their own. Twisted by evil Dreadlord energies, the Korath have gained their independence from the Drengen Empire and a unique appearance. Yeah, they don't look very friendly at all. Alright. So, here we are. Okay, so where to begin? Let's first find out. We've got a bomber. Let's move him out over this way. We've got a siege ship. maybe we can go for a very early war. I don't know how effective a Soul siege ship can be. This is our flagship. We're just going to send him to investigate this space junk extremely nearby. What we don't have is a colony ship, apparently. For our first tech, we're probably going to go for Imperial Doctrine. Our research also seems pretty bad. Let's go ahead and just research that. I don't know how effective this tiny little fleet right at the start is. We're going to want to go into tech really fast. Okay, we've got another fighter here as well. That's a little bit better, I suppose. We might actually take our flagship and link him up here and see if we can get some work done somewhere else. For our shipyard, I think first up we might grab an occupier really early on. Let's check our home planet. How many pops do we have? We've got 5. 5 of 3. Alright. But I'm already seeing this is a very industrial planet, which I like for what we're going to be doing. Now, do we have a second planet here? Yes, there is a second planet. Kinda. Somewhere. We're going to want to find that. So let's go ahead and draft colonists. We'll use an executive order to draft some colonists. This will give us a colony ship at the cost of -2 approval. Let's go ahead and slam one of those down and find where that planet is. It's going to be somewhere around here, I guess. And I think we are going to build another occupier. Just on the off chance we can maybe grab up a little bit more territory early on. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so what have we got on our home planet? Well, a change that they've made that I'm seeing immediately is that your capital city isn't just randomly built somewhere, saving you having to potentially destroy it and remake it. And I think there's a good capital city right here. Let's see what bonuses we have first. This is a +3 to military. Unstable materials. Here we have a nanite transmitter. Upgrade this artifact to unlock changes that will create a warship. Hell yeah. +2 to approval, some research. So I think our capital ship is going... Our capital is going to be... I would really like this +3 to military. That would not be bad at all. We could possibly give that a +2. We give up this square and a whole bunch of decent adjacency to make that work. Maybe we don't need it. We should really just focus on getting up some manufacturing first. So let's go ahead and pop this guy down. +3 to manufacturing. Okay, that changes what we do a little bit. I actually think our capital city is going to end up right here. That'll give us a +5 manufacturing district, a +3. We get something adjacent here, like our industrial center. And our manufacturing should be pretty good. We have all of this space to play around with. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we've got our capital down. Next, we'll probably want this industrial center exactly where we said it would. That's a +7 manufacturing district when this is done. Very nice indeed. 6 turns is quite a lot, but it's early days. Let's see what happens. You, my friend, are trying to find that planet. There it is. Excellent. So in this game, you can have 2 types of planet, a core world or a colony. Your core worlds, you can develop and place structures for adjacency bonus and optimize and all that sort of good stuff. Whereas colonies will just feed their resources here back to the nearest core world, adding those resources. So here we'll get +1 minerals, +1 wealth, and +3 influence back on our core world. Now that is affected by the distance of your colony from your core world. The further away they are, the less you will get. So just bear that in mind. We can now recruit our leaders, which is the thing you're going to want to do. Now, you always start off with your faction leader here, who has a bunch of really good statistics and will give you a lot of bonuses. and one other leader. And as you can see, this guy has pretty high diligence, some resolve, intelligence. It's not very social, however. And there's quite a few things you can do with leaders. You can obviously recruit more, which we might do. You can assign them as ministers for various bonuses, and these will unlock more as you get the different technology. For example, Minister of Defense requires the interstellar cabinet technology when that happens. But for now, if you were to add one of these leaders as a minister, you will get a bonus based on the color-coded statistic here. So you'll notice diligence is purple, this is purple, and you'll get a bonus of +1 movement to all of your ships, but also ship range 12. Now, ship range is extremely important early game, as you will notice that your ships can only travel so far. And we're at the edge of this particular sector here. So if we wanted to get to any of these planets, our ships actually just can't get there. We don't have the ship range. Whereas if we were to add our buddy here into Minister of Exploration, now you will see our ship range massively increases. So ship range, very important if you're trying to maybe expand very early on. You will want a Minister of Exploration. Minister of Technology, as you imagine, will give you +1 extra random tech slot, but also gives you +9% towards your research, which is probably very good early on. Do we have anybody with high research? This guy does. So we might actually hire this guy. Now your leaders, apart from these statistics, also have traits. So this guy has a +20% growth when assigned as a governor of a planet. He is pragmatic, increases pragmatic ideology, and +1 intimidation. He's a time traveler, apparently, claims to have come from a dystopian future and is trying to prevent it from happening. What that actually means, I don't know. It doesn't say there's any bonuses. Might relate to an event, maybe not. Unclear at this point. But I think we will research this, recruit this gentleman for these credits, 335 credits. Just grab him up. We will assign this gentleman to being a exploration and this gentleman to our Minister of Technology. Now, you can get a happiness bonus by assigning someone to your Minister of Colonization, and that is actually not to be underestimated. We've got as good a guy as we can hope for here. We also start off with a lot of extra income. Let's go ahead and pick him up as well while we have him and get all of these guys in here. That's a +9% approval. And approval is very important in this game because approval here, you'll see our approval is 48. This directly impacts your yields. For example, we don't have access to it yet. As soon as we have that technology that allows us to fiddle with our colonial policies, we'll talk more about that. Now, as for these ships, our warships, we're going to find someone to war with. There's the Imperial Doctrines. We get to choose new texts. Texts in this game are available, like all of your technologies are available to research at any time as long as you have the prerequisite technology. But the technologies that show up in this block here are cheaper by 50%. So it's a good idea to research these guys as you will get through that research very quickly. However, if there was something that you needed now to research, you can always just select that there. No bonus, but you at least have the option. And we might as well go for armed shuttles just so we can get up our war early on. But our research really sucks. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we could get some research going as well. But let's go ahead and get armed shuttles nice and early. Now we have an empty civilization policy as we just researched that technology. And I think we cannot afford to lose any more approval. This will give us extra income and influence growth, no penalties there, and this will increase pollution on our planet, which unfortunately has severe negative effects. So let's go ahead and just plug in Heart of the Empire for now, and we'll be good there. The other thing we might want to look at is lowering our taxes. As you see, our approval here is 47%, and that is negatively impacting our yields, our civilization output. The higher your approval, the less the impact. So you can see our manufacturing is at 4.7. If we were to drop our taxes down to normal, the approval goes up. So does our yields. So more approval is better. we might actually drop that all the way down early on, as this gives us an extra 2 science and 1 manufacturing, as well as, I mean, a lot less planetary income, but we don't really need income early on just yet. Let's work on fixing our approval, and then we can maybe bump our taxes back up to help fuel the war effort. Instill shock troopers on target ship to assist in conquering worlds. Conquering rate +5. Ah. Might have to make use of that. Alright, let's go ahead and send our colony ship to grab up our first world. First colony has been established. Again, that's just going to add their yields. Some extra production. Once this is built in 3 turns, I'm thinking we should probably divert to a little bit of research. There's a little bit of research here. Maybe we'll build up this +7 geothermal spring and then get a little bit of research. We could get this capital mainframe down pretty quick. Yeah, we'll probably just slam that down now. Alright. First anomaly has been surveyed. Let's see what happens. Get an artifact over here we can hoover up. Alrighty. Survey report. The remains of a powerful warship are scattered across this debris field. We should be able to reassemble the bulk of the ship from what remains, but it had a unique engine core and missile system, and both are missing. Only if we can find those components can we rebuild this ship. Interesting. Looks like we'll be searching for those. Alrighty, there's armed shuttles. Let's choose a new tech. We can go for Space War Tactics, which gives us access to siege ships. I think we want asteroid mining. We'll get there in 5 turns. This will give us a couple of asteroid miners. And along with that technology we just researched should come a couple of ships. Now, one of them we're going to park in orbit, as when you have a planet protected, you get an approval bonus. Now we're at 64%. We fly a ship home. Maybe it takes a while to update. And we'll get this ship to go out and meet up with this crew. We'll see if that changes. It should, because we have a ship in orbit. Our citizens should feel protected. Yeah. See what happens. Used to be you could click on the star and it would show you all the planets in the system, but it's definitely not showing us this planet. I think this only shows you maybe colonizable planets. So no colonizable planets in this star system. Let's push a little bit deeper. Alrighty, let's take one of our unhappy citizens and board him onto the colony ship that we just built. And the reason we're taking this unhappy dude is that your overall approval takes into account each individual citizen's happiness. So these guys have an approval of 71%, 73%, whereas this guy's 75 and 78. So let's take the 71% dude and just yeet him off into space. And we're done there. We do need a home for this guy. Let's take this colony ship and see if maybe there's a planet over this way nearby. For our shipyard, we're going to need a little bit of extra help building up stuff at home now. We could just keep building up an early military, but I think a stop off for a supply ship. Actually, that is an 8-turn supply ship. It's kind of a lot. Let's maybe not. Let's continue to build up our military early on. Very early military buildup. I got another survey report right here. Embrace the cosmic inspiration, given our world additional influence. 100 influence to all of our worlds. Boom. I'll take it. Alright, now capital ships in this game do get experience and level up over time. And down here in the bottom left, you can click and assign various upgrades. Some of them will be grayed out, as you do need to have special resources. This one, for example, takes antimatter to build. And will give you +2 to your missile attacks. Early on, I like to take extra move or possibly crew quarters for extra HP. I think we're going to go for crew quarters, as this ship will become a war vessel at some point, assuming it lives that long. Another piece of space junk over here to gobble up, so we'll do that. Also, this civilization starts with no probes. That might have been a good thing to build early on. Just get our economy going. Let's get our manufacturing up and get our research up a little bit, and then the world is an oyster. I want to link these guys. Our approval was 64%. It's up to 75 total. It does take a while for our citizens to grow, but that's because of pollution. Our pollution is so high at 45%, this actually impacts your growth by 45%. So if we can bring that pollution down, that would be great. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Now, our research is pretty abysmal, but we can maybe build up this manufacturing district. This will give us even more pollution, but I think it's worth it for a +7 manufacturing district. So how manufacturing is calculated in this game is you've got a base resource of minerals, for example, and then those minerals go through a bunch of modifiers, positive and negative, based on your approval as listed here, your manufacturing bonus based on all of your districts to give you a final total of manufacturing. And it's all listed here. It's very clear to see. We're getting 75% of the total manufacturing plus all of these extra bonuses, and you can hover over all of these and see exactly where these are coming from. The industrial center, for example, giving us 9% +1. The governor is giving us 24%, and so on. Citizens of 2 citizens are giving us 1.4. We can actually specialize these guys if we train them as workers. And these guys are good workers because they have high diligence. And if we, for example, changing both of you guys to workers, this will impact some of our other yields, but it should speed up our manufacturing by quite a lot. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Probably want to build up this supply depot as well. Somewhere like either here or here would be very good. We need to build something here that's going to give us a bonus to military to make the most of this +3 military. But we'll get around to that. Maybe like a spaceport or something's going to go right there. Going to be great. Going to be great. If a spaceport's going there, we might look to build a supply depot like here. Get a huge bonus to this guy. Although this would be a +5 right where it is. Giving this a +2 as well could also be really nice. And we get +1% approval. I think that's worth it. Let's do that. Going to do this ASAP. Get another warship. Still not happy with our research. So let's maybe build a research something. We're only going to get +2s, but it's better than nothing. Still going to take 8 turns. I think we focus on manufacturing for a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. Getting growth +2 in a recruiting station might not be terrible for us either. You can build things in orbit around the ship, around these planets, around your core worlds and your colonies. And I'm thinking if we build a recruiting station just to get that extra growth, this will give us more pops, which means more yields on our planet. Could be good. Could be good for those. And those build immediately and give you their bonus either from as you build it or on the following turn. I'm not sure which just yet. Now, the other thing that they've added to the game is that Galacticopedia. Where is that located? There it is, Galactipedia. Here we go. So let's look for something like food. Consumed by organic citizens that planets produce food that is consumed by your organic citizens that. To get more, colonize new worlds, specialize your citizens into farmers. Alright, so this is very bare bones, apparently, and there's some spell checking to make happen, some grammar issues. Farming measures the resource agriculture produces available to a core world. Farming is an input that affects food. The more farming a planet has as input, the more food the core world produces. That's good. I'm glad that this is here. We will make use of this as we go through. If we have any queries about what things do. But I love that it's in here. Abhorrent infection. Okay. Let's not read too much into that. I would like these ships to link up so that I can send them about their business. Alright, we've got asteroid mining done. We could go for defensive studies, orbital mining, or xenofactories. I think we're just going to focus on xenofactories for the moment, as our research still really sucks. Now, we do have these miners here. We're going to ask them to mine these 2 most nearby asteroid fields. This will add some amount of minerals to our home planet. Not a lot. You can see this is adding 0.1, and this will add probably another 0.1, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so back on our home planet, we can get that probe to help us explore and meet people much faster. I don't know how necessary that is. Do we have any resources that need to be captured? No, so a constructor does not seem like a very pressing issue at the moment. We might consider still building a constructor to get up like an economic starbase, but we don't really have a lot of tech for that. Our fighter has been built. We'll just send him out to meet up with this fleet. We've got another cultural progression, or our first cultural progression. Now, you will get a big discount based on your ideology. Here you see we have a 1% ideology discount, so anything here is 1% cheaper. Citizens with this ideology, 16% of our citizens have this. Whereas totalitarianism, we have a full 25% because this is what our faction started with, but we have 0 citizens with this ideology. We are going to go ahead and grab Iron Fist for that plus 100 control. Control is a very hard to come by resource. You only get 1 per month at the start of the game, and you use it for things like converting your citizens to specific work types and various other things. We could draft more colonists. I don't think we want to do that just yet. I do think we want a probe. Let's go ahead and build said probe. Innovators of the Cosmos, we are not on that list. Alright, our fleet has met up and we'll continue to send them out. You are on your way to this star. Hopefully we'll find a planet over here to colonize. Yes, we would like that asteroid mine. That's another 0.1%. 0.1 minerals, rather. Survey report. Millennia ago, this was a transportation hub, part of some kind of civilization-wide network for civilian transport, a remarkable facility now dusty and ruined. Sadly, the remains of a few aliens can be seen inside, waiting for transportation that never came. Take what we can from this place. We will get 100 credits to our treasury and a module. Notify our archaeologists to study this facility. Plus 100, plus 10 influence growth on all our worlds for 50 months. Now we're just going to take this. Modules are useful. There are a resource up here that you spend to get upgrades on your star bases. As for our flagship here, if we hope to do an early war, it might be good to actually stop with the scanning of anomalies and just ask it to meet up with the main fleet. Maybe that's what we do. We get all of our ships just in one spot. Now, we can only have a total amount of ships equal to our logistics value. So as you see, this fleet right here has 5 out of 10, and each ship has, this ship, for example, has a logistics value of 1. So this will become 6 of 10. Our capital ship over here has a logistics value of 6. So at the moment, he is not going to even fit into this little fleet here, but we will make it work. Don't you worry, we'll just shuffle the fleets around. All right, we have a colonizable planet here. It's actually not a bad one. Now we just need to find where it is. There she is. We will grab this planet on our next turn. We might get to work on another, but I don't think we need to. What did you just build? Is that our probe? There's our probe. All right, we're just going to set our probe to auto-explore. Hopefully he's going to find stuff for us. Probe complete. We might get out another probe or supply ship or constructor. I don't think we're going to get out another colony ship. We'll probably use an executive order for that. So maybe we just get a supply ship to help speed up development on the home planet. Want to get that facility up and running. Very surprised we have not met another civilization, but it is a pretty large sector. All right, we have finally met some other aliens. We can't understand them. We will need to research the technology to do that, but let's just say, huh? And in fact, we don't need to understand them. It's another civilization. We need to destroy them. We do need to choose a new tech, and I think it's time we go for something like defensive studies. Space elevators might not be too bad. Actually, we do want a space elevator. Space elevators do cost gerantium, but will give us +1 mineral, which is pretty decent. Not really what we want, though. God, our research is so bad. So bad. Alright, this one finishes fastest. Let's just get that out of the way, see if we roll better. They've come to us with a proposal. We can detect harmonics that are beyond your imagination. We are willing to share knowledge of how to detect these harmonics, which should aid your science, but in return we want access to some of your worlds that have unique crystalline formations. Ancient knowledge of the universe is invaluable. We accept. We get -2 approval for 20 turns, and this will insult them. We're going to go ahead and grant them access because research is good. They did finish space elevators for us. And we can move on to something like space doctrine, but maybe we want research districts because we do need to get our research up a little bit. It is woeful. All right, we have gobbled up that planet and have met the Drengen. We'll just say ha to them. There's research districts. Now we can get technological mainframe would be good. Starbase laboratory, genius grants. This will give us access to scientists, which is probably something we're going to want to use pretty soon. Let's just go for that. Be a little while before we have it, but it's okay. It's okay. Just trying to consolidate our forces and find a target to take over like as quickly as possible. We will assign a scientist to this task. They want us to learn to communicate. We will get some social points for that, some cultural points. Do we have another planet here that we can colonize? No, we have grabbed the only planet. There is some thulium here as a resource. We want to check out these planets next, I think. What is our probe doing, you dummy? Okay, back on the home planet. Manufacturing is starting to look good. Research still really bad. So let's maybe grab some research districts. They're not the best in the world, but we can maybe get a decent triangle here. Or here. I don't really want to use this as this is a very nice +4. So let's maybe do it here to start off with. Let's just ram down a couple. Alright, so with this ship, I think we would like our siege ship. That's this guy and this guy to hang out together. That did not work out the way I wanted to. Maybe it did. Alright, now we continue scouting for the enemy's planets. I have no idea how an early war is going to be for us. We're just gonna go for it. The next thing is we probably want to push out more fighters. Let's get out a bunch of enforcers. We are taking a small penalty to our monthly income. But that's okay. That's okay. Our happiness is up at 81. We might think about raising our taxes a little bit. Down to 74. But that does keep us in the green, so green is good. This supply ship, we're just going to fly straight back into our planet to finish up some of these research districts. Cool, let's brought that down to a 1 turn. We still have not found these guys, man. Where are these guys? Maybe up in this corner. Send you nerds up this way. We're a little bit late on this war front, I think. Let's keep building up enforcers. Build a couple of them. Planet report, we have discovered the remnants of one of our first space vessels. Evidence of a time when we stepped nervously beyond... Evidence from a time when we stepped nervously beyond Kochibolka. What should we do with this piece of history? Put it in a museum. We get cultural awareness, +5 research in all of our worlds. 5% isn't really going to help us. Nihilism goes up 250 in our treasury. We get a free probe, and egalitarianism goes up. A free probe doesn't sound too bad. Put it back into service. We will just ask these fighters to stay where they are. Past that ship. Free probe. Heading up this way. Find me the enemy. Something over here as well. Maybe some pirates or something. Technology extraction. Choose a new technology. Now I think we go for defensive studies. This will give us extra ship range and sensor range. We'll finish it in 4 turns. It's a tech that you have to get at some point, so we might as well get it now. We'll allow this fleet to build up for the moment. Most colonized worlds, at least we're on the list, which is nice. Alright. Skip there. Let's keep building up the enforcer fleet. Aha, right. We found an enemy. Now, can we go to an early war with these guys? We will find out. We're building enforcers, and here you can see these are lasers. We might want to mix it up with some hypersonic missiles, or even a cannon ship. Just mix up the damage types. These are beam attacks. These guys will have +1 missile attack. So these do, however, have more of a logistics cost. No, it's the same logistics cost. But this is a 2-turn build. These are just 1 turn. So let's just keep cranking out the 1 turns. We'll ask this probe to auto-explore. So somewhere over here there's a planet for us to invade. Keep cranking out the enforcers. Alrighty, so this planet here is guarded by one ship. It has a planetary defense of 173. They also have a starbase. Now, we can't destroy that starbase. I feel like it's a little bit too strong. We will take moderate casualties. They will take no casualties. We take no casualties if we do this attack, however. And I think we want to declare war on them immediately. Let's have a look. We can't even check out diplomacy yet. We need Universal Translator to find out how strong they are. Now, they are quite warlike. They also have a bomber just sitting down right here. And I might actually fly my dudes straight into this bomber. We take no casualties and get rid of one of their ships. We declare war. Yes. I feel like this is going to go badly. But alright, we destroyed them pretty easily. We also take no losses by doing this and clearing out their planet. There's subspace scanning. We will go ahead and get some space weapons. We need these ships now to fly over here. And I think it's time we get something with a little bit of siege on it. Fortunately, we don't really have any of those. We don't have that tech yet. Let's crank out some supply ships. We just took a big hit, I guess, from the planetary defenses. Invasion prediction. Conquer rate 14. The fleet's conquest rating is insufficient to overcome the planetary defenses. So what we're going to do is just hover around here and be a nuisance. We got space weapons. That's very nice. Choose new tech. We would like to get space war tactics is what we need next. That's 8 turns if we go into this now. But I do want it now. I would like to get out of this war as quickly as possible. There's our research districts built up, which is very nice. Research up to 9.8. Still really, really bad. But if we're also losing food, I think we can afford to maybe train you guys as scientists. You suck as scientists, though. You at least have a 6. I think we'll leave you as is. Would love to get this pollution down if we can. Alright, next, then we can pay maybe build up a planetary generator, but this costs 1 extra maintenance. And I think we have some other good tiles to build up. Manufacturing there would be nice. There's a +3. There's a +4. I think we go for this 4 and this 4. We're going to ask this ship to come over here. Now, certain ships, flagships and such. Ooh, there's a constructor. Can we intercept that? Possibly. Certain ships, your flagship, for example, will have access to missile volleys and beam volleys or whatever their ship weaponry is that allows you to do ranged attacks. So we're just going to go ahead and fire one. It'll only do 1 damage, but who knows how long we're going to be parked here, so we might as well just fire the missiles. Pass the turn. It's a supply ship. We're going to harass these guys into the ground. That also tells me that there is another planet over this way somewhere. Beam volley. If we were to fly a little bit closer, we might get a better bonus. There we go. They've sped up that animation, which I really like. It used to take forever. We can go ahead and progress on our cultural path here. This will give us double ship experience. Unrest is reduced across all core worlds and security measures are more effective, which will lead on to secret police policy, or we go obedience. Citizens' expectation lowered by 20%. Citizens with the totalitarianism trait provide 25% more manufacturing. Spawn support ship the enforcer. I think we're going to go for obedience, which means we go through. I don't think we have to get this one to get this one. We can choose. But as it happens, double ship experience would be nice. Let's go ahead and do that. We might go ahead and add shock troopers. This does cost control and credits, but as it happens, we've got a lot of control and not a lot to do with it. So let's go ahead and select this. Add some shock troopers to our capital ship here. And we did have a. This is now up to 19, which is very nice. Can we take over this planet with 19? Probably not. We'll need to do that a couple more times, I imagine. I mean, we can always check. Alright, we can do this in 9 turns with a 19. So let's go ahead and start that going. want to get out of this war as quickly as possible and refocus. Also, this will give us access to a whole other planet, possibly another one up here. I think we continue to build, yeah, military vessels. Build them. It's saying we should research this thug here now, but I am okay with just the one-turn ships. Supply ship heading back into our planet. Reinforcements en route. I'm going to build a constructor because I want that thulium online. I'm going to send this guy over to the front. I'm going to poke out their eyes with this probe. That is not their flagship. I'm hoping that we find their flagship at some point. We can take out their flagship. That'll be a huge win. Currently the biggest threat to our military. Alright, back on the home planet. Everything that we wanted built is done. We might create a warship with this. I have no idea what that's going to give us. But we can have that done in one turn, so let's make that happen. Oh, hello. Get rid of that freighter. There's another supply ship coming out over this way. This one probably will make it to the planet, but it's okay. Planetfall, +1 to all? Very nice. We'll just slap a manufacturing district down here. Pollution is getting a little bit crazy. We'll see what we can do about that. I mean, we could potentially build something like a climate control. Not climate control, sorry. Atmospheric cleanser for -10 pollution. I think we continue to add shock troopers to our fleet here. Yes. Add it. Most populous. We're on the list, which means we're on our way. Man, we can do this every turn. We're going to do this every turn. I had no idea. Just keep adding those shock troopers. We have shooed that away. Alright, so in theory, we should be able to link you two guys up and have one fleet. Maybe not the best thing to do, but I like it. Alrighty, so what are we doing back on our home planet now that we have done this? We might actually go for just more research. +3 research. This is +2. I don't know if we want to go for these things. Like, we just need enough research to be getting by with. And it really doesn't feel like we have all that much. We'll take the +3 research here, and that might make this also a +3 research. Let's go with those two. Space War Tactics does give us access to more siege vessels, which is good. We'll go for Space War Doctrine. This increases our attacks on not only all future ships that we build, but every ship that we already have. That'll increase our ship combat abilities. We might go for Genius Grants here for just the +1 research. Genius Grants, rather. The military +20% is something we are going to want. But, like, our research is so bad. Let's go ahead and grab the Genius Grants. It's so very bad. Alright, so now we can build siege ships. And siege ships have a combat rating, a siege value, rather, of 12. So they're very effective at sieging down planets. We probably want to build up a small fleet of these, but maybe we want some frigates as well. Just a slightly bigger ship to be flying around with. I think we continue to just build these guys up. Now, these ships have a maintenance value of 0, so we can just build up as many of these bad boys as we want, which I love. As for our constructor ship, we're going to fly him over to this deposit here. There should be some antimatter around this as well. Also, there's 2 Alarium, and we do need Alarium. If we were to park this guy here and build a mining vessel, we might be able to harvest both of these Alariums, which seems kind of valuable. A biographer is interviewing you so he can write a book about my rise to power. We have achieved greatness, and now it is our responsibility to share that. We've only seen a tiny fraction of what the universe offers. So much more awaits. Progressivism goes up. I am seeking new worlds to conquer. Yes. That is exactly what we are doing. And we also have an item in the vault. The Nanite Transmitter spawns an Overlord ship. Instantly construct a warship. Is that anywhere in the universe? Can I just... What is this? Ah, there's a starbase somewhere down here. Okay. Won't matter. We're taking their homeworld. Let's go ahead and build that. What is this? It is a cruiser. Hell yeah. Alright. So... Give me you. 2, 3, 4. Let's get you to join up with that. That's a full logistics ship. We're going to send you guys up to the north. See if there's more stuff that we can scout and destroy. Get ready for the next advancement. First invasion is complete. Not every planet we find will be empty. Alright, so we have just completely taken over this planet. It is ours now, but it is a colony. We would have to make it a core world if we want to do anything with this planet. It is class 24. Amazing. Looks like there is a Drengen fleet here, though, with a power of 5. And a cargo ship. What are you doing here, cargo ship? Okay. Can you guys destroy this cargo ship? Make that happen. I'm going to ask you guys to fall back. Same with you. If you can, that would be great. Just hang out here and see if we can take out that little fleet without any casualties. That is our world now. We do wish to make this a colony, so what we'll need to do is head over to our leaders and maybe recruit somebody. Now, ideally, you want somebody with high social as the leader of your of a colony, but we don't have access to those, so we'll just go ahead and make this guy a governor of this planet. Influence growth is pretty bad, but at least we get some decent science out of this planet, which is okay. We'll go ahead and say done. And now we can check out what this planet is all about and how it's been sort of developed. We've got a planetary generator here. Precursor archive. And our core world capital. Now, again, you can destroy this and reposition it however you'd like. There's a supply depot. I don't know if I like this. This is okay. I suppose we can work with this. If we were to slap down a manufacturing district here, we'd get a +5, for example. And I like a little bit of manufacturing. We also have a shipyard, which is very nice, even though the production here sucks. But I think we really just want to focus on... We also have a colonist. +30 research. Might very well be worth it to just turn this into a research world. We might get just a little bit of production, some of these high-value manufacturing tiles, like this +5 here. It'll take a while to crank that out, but crank it out we will. And I think that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.